It is pouring down raining outside. I thought it was April, showers, May flowers. Well, seem like it's been May showers. How are y'all? I hope you are well. I just want to share a moment in time when I was brokenhearted and how the Holy Spirit showed me the Father's love. Do any of you out there know what it's like to have a broken heart? Not by necessarily your husband or your wife, but by your children. That's a real tough situation to be in. And mothers face dilemmas, impossible dilemmas all the time. And sometimes I want to say it's so hard that it almost feels like you just can't breathe. But God's love is so incredible that He keeps us through those tough times. Let's lean into Him as I share with you how He brought me through a broken heart. Back in 2012, I don't remember exactly everything that was going on personally, like with me, emotionally. But I saw that my daughter was struggling in her life, and she had a new baby. He was about 1 now, but he was still a new baby, and she was a new mother, and she was struggling, and I offered to help her. She needed to go out of town because that's where she lived before she came back home. She lived somewhere else, and then she came home, but she needed to take care of some business. So I offered to take care of her baby for her. And I thought it was going to be easy. The reason I did that is because I wanted her to know that love, that extended love that a mother would give her daughter, because she's been there before. I wanted her to know that I knew what it felt like to be alone. I wanted her to know that there was somebody who truly supported her, that she can go wherever she needed to, and I'll be right there for her and my sweet grandbaby. Well, she left me with a grandbaby, and she went out of town. At this time, I didn't know my daughter was an addict. I didn't know she was on drugs whatsoever. So that wasn't revealed to me. Even when she came back, I still had no clue. So anyway, I get my grandbaby. We're doing well. I'm happy to have him, to learn more about him, because it had been, I want to say 6 months since I seen him. I was there at his birth. I was there, I would go see her. I would take him things, and he was just getting bigger. So I don't remember what month. I think he was 9 months when she decided to go live in another state. So she lived there for a little while, and some trouble happened, and she wanted to come back. So I offered to keep him while she go take care of this business. So long story short, I'm bonding with him. It's been a couple of days, and there was no word from her. I'm starting to get worried, and I am starting to think the worst, because she has disappeared before, but we didn't know where she was. How many of you have daughters like that, or sons for that matter? But in the back of my mind, I didn't put it together that my daughter had a drug problem, or so she went out of town, and she didn't call me right back. She didn't call me when she made it to where she was going. She just disappeared. And here I am with my grandson, and I'm really wondering, where is she? I'm starting to think in my mind that she has abandoned me with her child. I'm starting to think I'm stupid. Who does this kind of thing? And so some days had passed. You give them a little time to get situated. Then I find out that she had got off the bus, and She got off the bus with some strangers. I didn't really get that whole thing, how she got off the bus with strangers. I wasn't thinking drugs. I wasn't thinking prostitution. I wasn't thinking any of those things. I was just wondering, where is my daughter and what's going on with her and why would she get off the bus with strangers? And when is she going to come back and get her son? I'm thinking that this may be long term rather than short term. So she eventually get back in touch with me and let me know that she made it. She let me know that she had got off the bus. Well, she didn't really let me know she got off the bus. Whoever number she called me from when she made it to her destination where she wasn't supposed to be, that's the person who I called back. And I asked, can I speak with her? And that person said he really didn't know her. So long story short, I don't know how I got in touch with her, but I did. He gave me a number to where she possibly is. And at that time, she didn't really have anywhere to stay. So she was staying with some strangers. So that's one thing. I have her baby, so I have to figure out, okay, so let's keep it moving. It's possible that I may have him for longer than I wanted to. And, but I'm brokenhearted inside. I'm really struggling. I feel like there's nobody that can understand how I feel in here. Who does this? When you reach out to help, I think we expect somebody to reach back with the sincerity of, give and take, and don't leave anything, don't omit anything. But that's not what happened in this case. So I'm really feeling down and I'm brokenhearted, and I go to church back and forth, doing my same routine every day. And, taking care of someone else's baby, even if he's your grandson or granddaughter, that's still someone else's responsibility. And now that responsibility is mine. So it's a heavy burden because I don't know the end result. And I'm struggling with the fact that my daughter just is out there somewhere. And she's omitted a lot of things. So I don't know exactly what to think, except I'm hurting. And so I began to really show that I'm struggling with my family. And I have my grandbaby, and I'm just kind of holding him, and I lean back in the chair and I'm beginning to cry. And I noticed that he did this little face and he's crying too. So I stopped crying to hush him. And I got up and, moved on because I didn't want to make him feel some kind of way, even though he's a baby. I didn't want him to pick up what I was feeling. So we move on, but again, I'm still struggling. We go to church and do our normal thing, and I find this piece of paper. It's more than a piece of paper, but I found this in my purse, and it says, "When you are brokenhearted, I am near. Only God knows the depth of my broken heart. Only He knows." And so I read it, and I'm going to read a little bit of it to you guys. I opened it up, and I could not tell you who put this in my purse. I asked everybody that at church because I figured maybe a woman of God put it in my purse. I don't know. But it says, it's a father's love letter, the cry of a father's heart from Genesis to Revelation. Some of you probably heard of it, but it really blew me away because it was in the right time. I needed the comfort. I needed that significant, like when you so low and you have hope, but your hope is beginning to dwindle and it feels like betrayal. And all you can do is hurt. That's where I was. And I got this letter in my purse. And it says, "My child, you may not know me, but I know everything about you. I know when you sit down and when you rise up. I am familiar with all your ways. Even the very hairs on your head are numbered. For, for you were made in my image. In me you live and move and have your being. For you are my offspring. I knew you even before you were conceived. I chose you when I planned creation." And it goes on. It says, "For all your days are written in my book. I determined the exact time of your birth and where you would live. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. I knit you together in your mother's womb and brought you forth on the day you were born. I have been misrepresented by those who don't know me. I am not distant and angry, but am the complete expression of love. And it is my desire to lavish my love on you simply because you are my child and I am your father. I offer you more than your earthly father ever could, for I am the perfect father. For every good gift that you receive comes from my hand, for I am your provider. I meet all your needs." The letter goes on, and it says in there, "When you are brokenhearted, I am close. As a shepherd carries a lamb, I have carried you close to my heart. One day I will wipe away every tear from your eyes, and I will take all the pain you have suffered on this earth." And in that moment where I was feeling like nothing and low and betrayed, he lifted me up, literally as though the Holy Spirit put his arms around me and said, "I got you. You are not alone." And I began to feel encouraged. And you know, you can feel encouraged one moment and then you can feel down the next. Well, days pass and weeks pass, and we're doing our normal thing and we're going to church this particular Sunday, and he needed some attention. And guys, I was feeling like I don't even want to give him attention right now. I'm feeling some kind of way, feeling it all in myself, okay, in my feelings. But I love him more than I feel bad, okay? So I still treated him with love, and he, oh my goodness, when I say the sweetest baby, if you were bitter, just seeing him would melt all that away. That's what he kept doing to me. He kept melting that bitter feeling that was trying to grow away. So this particular day, we were getting ready to walk. We were walking out of the church, and you know how you have the slabs on the concrete, sometimes it's broken. Well, this area was really broken and in pieces, so to speak. And I'm holding his hand and we're walking. And again, I'm still feeling that way, but he's a sweet baby. So we're walking and we walk right where the concrete is broken at. And he almost falls, but he's holding my hand. And I just kind of catch him, you know what I mean? His little legs. And I catch him. And at that moment, the Holy Spirit reminded me, I got you. You will not fall. And I just praised him in that moment. And it seemed to me every time I get in these low places, the Holy Spirit reminds me that he is ever close, ever present, and that I am not alone. So I hope that this encouraged you to know that when you are brokenhearted, the Father is near. He wrote a love letter to us. And I have to say this too, even though I was feeling all of in my feelings and everything, I realized that it's not about me, but it's about God's love and how he restores us through the toughest times so that we can be the lifter of our sisters and brothers' heads in a time of need if we could just stop thinking about ourselves. So I hope you are encouraged, because I was certainly encouraged by the Father's love. There's nothing else I could say except this. So I continued to raise my grandson. He was off and on. And then I ended up keeping him for a steady time for 2 years more. So altogether, it was 4 years. And all of a sudden, last September, we're talking about since 2012, off and on. So here it is, 2018 in September, my daughter decides, I'm not going to call you anymore. I don't want to talk to you anymore. My grandson turns 8. All of his life, he's seen me just about every birthday, all the way up until he was 7. And so in September, when she left, there was no word whatsoever. So I'm back and almost feeling brokenhearted. But I have this to remember, that I am not alone, and that he knows my pain, and that he is the lifter of our heads. So I just wanted my child to know that my soul is anchored in God, and I'm still here, because I know she's going to watch this video. And I pray that each and every one of you that watch it all the way through. But I just want you to know, girl, that I am sustained in him. I'm still hoping that you will return. God bless you.